Yo, what's up, chat? We got another episode of the No Surrender podcast. I'm your host. I'm saying, MJ. You know, Mark, whatever y'all want to call me. You know what I'm saying? We back at it again. We going over the NBA Finals. This episode we're going to be going over the NBA Finals and what I think. What teams and what players I think you should look out for. You know, if I have a little more time, I get into some other topics, but let's go ahead and get into this Thunder versus the Pacers matchup. Okay, now this is a good matchup to me because it's more evenly matched up between the teams. If you, Me personally, I wanted to see the Knicks go and play the Thunder, but more than everybody knows, like more than likely the Knicks were not going to beat the Thunder only because the Thunder are so deep and they're the best defensive team in the league. And the Knicks, they're good offensively, but last year they would have been more adequately equipped to face the Thunder, I think, because they was tougher on defense. But this year they're really not that good defensively. Like you got guys like OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges that can lock up, defend, lock down, defend, people on the wing. But that's not enough when you're going against somebody like, a team like OKC where everybody can score, everybody can shoot, everybody can defend. So not only do you have to get past their defenders, your offensive players have to score too. So the only thing is with the Knicks, they have enough offensive firepower to the point where they can score. But Tom Thibodeau, he doesn't really play his bench like that. He started playing it, he started playing them a little bit towards the end of the series, in the Pacers series, but you can't count on him to play his bench in the finals. He really, more than likely, is not going to trust them, so it's just a little tough. Oh, one quick thing, y'all subscribe to the No Surrender Society YouTube page. Go follow me on Instagram at MJXCVIII that's my Instagram handles and my MMA page. You guys go follow me and stay up to date with my fight news. So just giving you guys my accounts. Okay, so let's get into the past games. So the thing about these games between the Thunder and the Pacers is how fast are they gonna play? How fast is the game gonna be? That's the real question. Because if the game is slow, I feel the Thunder have a better chance of winning because they can slow the game down. But if the game is faster and they play at the pace of the Indiana Pacers, then I feel like it's not gonna be too hard for OKC to lock in and defend that. But at the same time, when the Pacers start scoring, man, that can go either way. That can go either way. Try to pull up these stats real quick. Pardon me, y'all. Just searching up these stats real quick. Let's see what we can get. Yeah, I honestly, if I'm be honest, I honestly think for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason I think the Pacers can beat them. Only because with the Pacers, you never know what's gonna really happen. You don't really know what's gonna happen in the games, but what you do know is if they start to score a lot, then the Pacers actually got a chance. I really think the Pacers got a chance. So I'm looking at a couple past games since 2023. Yeah, it's looking like the Pacers beat them 4 times, and OKC beat them twice within these past season and a half. Let me look. I'm going to look at the most recent, which was March the 29th of this year. The OKC beat them 132 to 111. So yeah, the game started, pretty close. The second quarter OKC took a little bit of a lead, but I would say the second and third quarters where OKC took the lead and kind of opened up the game. You know that this game, the Thunder shot 47% from the three, 17 to 36. The Pacers only shot 14 to 42. They only shot 33%. That was 39 of 87, 44% from the field. The Thunder was 48 of 94, 51%. The rebounding numbers are pretty close. Indiana had 43. OKC had 47. They both had 8 offensive rebounds. Indiana and Thunder, the assist numbers was pretty much the same, 27 and 26. OKC had more steals. Indiana had more blocks. OKC had 2 less turnovers. So this game is pretty much, I believe that. But hold on 1 second. OKC had 58 points in the paint. That's going to be a big problem for Indiana, because if they can't defend the paint, then they're not going to win, because Shea loves to get down into the paint, hit his floaters, hit his little mid-range shots. They all love Jalen Williams same way. So if they can't stop them from penetrating into the hole and scoring, it's going to be a really big problem. But I feel like Chet is going to play a real big part in this series, because I don't think they really have too many people that can really guard him. You got Pascal Siakam, but at the same time, that's a little rough right there. That's a little rough. That's a little rough. Let me try to pull up this box score for this game. Okay. Yeah. Aaron Nesmith had 7 points. He didn't play good. He was 3 of 8. Pascal Siakam, 11 points. Minus 22. He was 4 of 11. Miles Turner, 11 points, 5 rebounds. Minus 1. He didn't play good. Nembhard played decent. He had 16, 5, and 7. But I think that probably was an anomaly game, because, I feel like they're going to lock him up. Tyrese Halliburton, he had 18, 4, and 3. That was a terrible game from Halliburton. He only took 12 shots, 6 of 12. It was too bad on the scoring end, but he only had 3 assists. And Halliburton normally has about 9 or 10, so that's not good. Obi Toppin came off the bench, played really good. 12, 3, and 5. 5 and 9 from the field, 2 and 6 from the 3. He was a minus 14, but I believe that's because they lost. TJ McConnell, my guy. TJ McConnell is my guy. He had 8 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Man, TJ McConnell, man, he plays. I like his style of play, man. He plays like a true point guard. Yeah, so basically that game, they got blew out of the water. Let's go look at the Thunder stats. Lou Dort had 22 points this game. He was a plus 17. 6 of 7 from the 3, 8 of 11 from the field. 1 turnover. Hartenstein he only played 14 minutes. That's crazy. Why he only played 14 minutes? Well, probably because of the pace of the game. He probably couldn't keep up. So I don't really think too much of the centers. Like, I don't know about Miles Turner. He probably might not get that many minutes this series. It may come down to small ball. Only reason you could put Chet out there because Chet can shoot. I believe he's a better defender than Hartenstein because he can guard, fours a little better than Hartenstein. Hartenstein only had 4 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist, so they didn't really use him. Jalen Williams had 18, 2 and 6. He was a plus 10, 7 of 14 from the field. Cason Wallace, he started this game. He had 14 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 of 4 from the 3, 5 of 10 from the field. And Shai, SGA, he gonna do what he do. He had 33 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 10 of 23 from the field, 3 of 6 from the 3, 10 of 12 from the free throw line. And that's gonna be the difference making this game. Because Shai is gonna stay getting into the paint. He's gonna get his free throws, and he's gonna shoot at least 10 free throws. And you better hope he don't make all of them. But he's gonna make at least 10. So what they probably need to do, they're gonna have to keep him out of the paint. Somehow force him to take a whole bunch of 3-pointers. That's probably might be the best way for them to, keep him contained, to keep him out of the paint, keep him on the perimeter. Make him make tough shots, and if you make them, you just got to live with them. Isaiah Joe had 19 points, 5 rebounds off the bench, 5 of 7 for the 3. So that's the problem with OKC. They got shooters that can come out and make 3, 4, or 5 threes. Guys that just come off the bench and just shoot threes and run up and down the court and defend. They got guys that can do that. They got Alex Caruso, who won a championship with the Lakers. He knows what he's doing out there. He's a good defender. Isaiah Joe, he's a good shooter and a good defender. They got Aaron Wiggins. Aaron Wiggins is another guy. He didn't play this game, but Aaron Wiggins is another guy that can come out there and score. And what's crazy in this game, Chet didn't even play. Chet didn't even play in that game, so that's what makes it so crazy. But the pace of the game is what's going to help Indiana, because if they could keep the pace of the game, I think fairly quickly, fairly like fast paced and quick, I believe Indiana has a chance. But once the game starts slowing down, that's when Indiana starts to lose. See, this game, December the 26th, 2024, this past season, the Thunder won by 6 points, 120 to 114. And the thing about Indiana, at this point in time in the season last year, they were 15 and 16. But after January, they was winning 70% of their games. That's the thing that a lot of people don't know. They was winning about 70% of their games. So 70% of the games is a lot. But before, that was a sub 500 team before the new year. This game, Lou Dort, 13.7 rebounds, plus 11. 5 of 13 from the field, 3 of 8 from the 3. Hartenstein had 11 points and 13 rebounds, 1 assist. See, they used him, or he played 34 minutes, which is kind of crazy because he had the same amount of fouls as the next game, but you know how they do. Chat, y'all know how they do, man. One day, if they got a dude that's playing good, they got a dude that's playing good, and they see people making money off him because he's playing good, they're gonna put that call in. They're not trying to have everybody keep making money, man. They trying to be the only ones making all that money. They gonna put that call in, chat. Jalen Williams had 20 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 8 of 22. He shot pretty bad from the field. Normally he's around like 10 and 11 field goals made. He only had 8 that game. Cason Wallace, he started again. He only had 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. But that's he's one of the players on the bench. So if he comes out and give you whatever he give you, then you just got to be thankful for it. And Shai had a really big game this game. He had 45.7 rebounds, 8 assists, 15 and 22 from the field, 4 or 5 from the 3, 11 of 11 from the free throw line. 11 of 11. See, that's the problem right there. He shot 11 free throws. In the game, they won by 6. That's crazy. He had 45 points. And that's the problem. He can explode and get you 45, 50 points. Now, I think about 2 of these games, he's going to go over 40 points for at least 2 of these games. And the bench, this game, 5 points, 9 points, 9 points, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point. That's a lot of points coming off the bench. You know, all the players, most of the players that came off the bench scored. Alex Caruso didn't play, and Chet also did not play in this game. So that's a big problem. That's a big problem. You know, that's a very big problem. The Indiana Pacers, I believe what the Indiana Pacers is going to do is just going to try to score as much as possible. Because if they could get that scoring to 130 and keep it going, I honestly believe that they got a real good chance. But these guys are they're gonna have to score. They're gonna have to produce some points. Tyrese Halliburton only had 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 8 assists in this game. That's not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. He only took 6 shots. It's not gonna cut it. Nembhard, 23, 9 and 7, 9 of 17. Well, that might be a matchup thing with Nembhard because normally he doesn't score like that, but might have to look into that. Miles Turner had 12, 11, and 2. He had 5 blocks that game. He actually played really good defense, but he didn't shoot good. He 4 of 13 from the field, 1 of 6 from the 3, 3 of 6 from the free throw. Pascal Siakam, he played very good, 22 and 10 and 3. He was a plus 3, 7 of 14 from the field, 5 of 7 from the 3. But normally Pascal going 5 of 7 from the 3, he don't normally shoot that many threes, let alone make that many threes. Benedict Mathurin, 18, 6, and 3. Now, I think Benedict Mathurin might start this series. I think Benedict might start because he's a very good player. I don't understand why he's coming off the bench unless, you know, I can understand a little bit, but not really if you're trying to strengthen up your bench. But I can see why. But they got a decent enough bench for him to stay in the starting lineup. I'd move Nesmith to the bench, honestly. I put Nesmith on the bench and have him come off the bench with T.J. McConnell, Obi Toppin, Nesmith, Thomas Bryant, Ben Shepherd. I can have them coming off the bench. Ben Shepherd had 5 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 or 3 from the field, 1 or 2 from the 3. T.J. McConnell, again, my guy, 13, 3 and 3. You know, that man, he hoops. This Walker guy, Jay Walker, what's his name? Jaras? What the hell that nigga name is? But some of these niggas be having the craziest name, bro. They be expecting niggas to say it. He had 12.5 rebounds. Thomas Bryant, he played 10 minutes. He didn't score a bucket. But he only took 2 3-pointers, so I guess you can, you know. Obi Toppin came in 7 minutes and had 5 points and 3 rebounds. See, that's how you. And he had Obi Toppin true shooter percentage was 125%. That's crazy. But yeah, Indiana missed 6 free throws. They missed 6 free throws that night. If they would have hit all their free throws, the game would have been tied up and would have went to overtime. That's the crazy part about it. That is the crazy part about it. But I feel like, honestly, this series could go. I feel like this series could go 6 or 7. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think the Thunder is just gonna dispatch the Pacers like that easily because, you know, the Pacers got a lot of guys that can score and that are gonna score. So you're gonna have to, like, Oklahoma City defense is gonna be tested a lot this series because these guys are gonna come to play. They're gonna come to score. But I really don't think Miles Turner is gonna get that much playing time, honestly, because it's looking like Miles Turner he ain't getting no rebounds. This man don't get no rebounds. He's not getting no rebounds. He got 3 rebounds this game, which is insane. 3 rebounds. Obi Toppin had 8 rebounds. Obi Toppin on like 6'9". Like that's insane how this man is that tall and don't get no rebounds. Yeah, this is gonna be a good game. I believe, honestly, I believe it might go 6 or 7. If I'm choosing, if I'm as a fan, if I want to see who I would rather see win, I'd rather see the Pacers win, honestly, because people have been saying Tyrese Halliburton is overrated. I don't believe he's overrated. He's just a true point guard. He's not finna come out and score 30 points every game, 28 points every game. He'll come out and score about 15 to 20 points a game and get you about 10 to 12 assists. He won't turn the ball over that much. He's gonna take care of the ball. So that's what a point guard do. Like John Stockton, Jason Kidd, guys like that. Steve Nash, they can score when they need to, but that's not their, number one goal. They're trying to get the team involved. They're trying to get their guys some shots up. They're trying to get them to win. So let's look at the points projections. They got Shea SGA. They got his points at 33.5. He cleared this lineup 3 out of 7 times. He had He had the last 7 games he played. He scored 10, 36, 23, 39, 30, 45, and then 33. So it's kind of convenient they got his points at 33, right at 33, because you never know with Shea. He's going to get you between 30 and 34 points. But they don't know. But the Vegas is assuming he's going to go anywhere between 30 to 34 points. But they want you to go over 33 just in case. You know what I'm saying? They have it to set to the highest point, because going against the Pacers, they don't really play that much defense. So he can score like a lot of points. But the odds of him coming up and scoring like 40, I'd say, I wouldn't say slim, but the first game in the series, I think he's gonna come out and have a big game. I think he may go over 33.5, honestly. He might get about 36, 37. But game 2, he probably might score about 28, 24 points or something like that. He rebounds. Yeah, he's a pretty good rebounder, against his team. Let's see how many rebounds he averaged towards this team. He averages they got his number at 5.5. So it's around, I think he averaged probably like around about 6.5 rebounds, but they got it at 5.5. It's kind of a discounted rate, but I believe he's probably going to get like around 5 rebounds. You know how they do. They got Chet at 9.5 rebounds. That's crazy. I don't know why they got that. And they got his points at 16.5. The over on that is minus 102, and the under is minus 130. I honestly think Chet is going to go over that. I think Chet is going to score about 20 points. You got Tyrese Halliburton. They got his points at 17.5. He's a plus 100. Is that a pretty safe bet? I say yeah, because he only scored over 17.5 3 times the last 8 times he played him. He had 8, 24, 13, 14, 18, 8, 4, and then 18. So he's not really, putting up really big points performances to this team particularly. But if you look at the past. At the past 20 games, He went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He went over 11 times, and he went under 9 times. But it's a difference when you playing against OKC, man. They get at you. You know, they like to make sure that the scorers don't score. They want to make everybody else score. So they're going to be attacking Pascal and Tyrese Halliburton the whole series, I believe. Hartenstein, they have his points at 7.5. I don't think Hartenstein might score it. Well, the pace of the game, he could score more. Actually, he could score more. You know, depending on the pace of the game. I believe the pace of the game is going to be quicker, so he might score about 8 or 9. You never know. We never know with Hartenstein. A lot of times they like to just X him out of the offensive playbook a lot. They like to take him out the game, so he might not even play that many minutes. Let's look at Pascal. They got Pascal points at 19.5. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I think Pascal can get over there. I think Pascal Siakam's gonna be a big factor in this series because he was a big factor in the last series, you know, and the stakes only get higher. I honestly think. Let's see the head-to-head stats. How many? Yeah, see, he can score over this. He had 23, 27, 25, 18, 21, 22, and then 11. That one 11-point game, I think that was the one I looked at. He didn't shoot too well, but he had 10 rebounds, I believe, in that game. Let me see. No, he had 9 rebounds in that game. This is insane. They got his rebounds at 5.5. He went over that game. He went over 5.5 rebounds in 6 of his last 7 games against this team. But it's crazy if you look at the alt lines. If you alternate the lines, if you move it up to 6.5, he's a plus 120. If you move it to plus 7.5, he's a plus 255. Plus 8.5, he's a plus 375. But he still went over 8.5 in 6 of his 7 games against this squad, which is crazy. Indiana got their work cut out for them. Cause Thunder ranked number 1 in the paint, points in the paint, defense. They ranked 4th for point guards, 4th for shooting guards, 1st for small forwards, 5th for centers, and 1st for power forward. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one. They ranked 1st in the field goal percent, 7th field goal percent for point guards, 13th for shooting guards, 1st for small forwards, 13th for centers, and 3rd for power forwards. Yeah, this is a pretty tough team. It's a pretty tough team to go against. I'm not gonna lie. They're gonna have to pull something out. They're gonna have to pull something out their ass this game. I'm not even gonna lie. They're gonna definitely have to pull some out. They're gonna have to pull something out. It's crazy. But it seems like they're weak in the shooting guard position. So Nembhard actually has a good chance to play better. He actually has a good chance to do something, actually. Yeah, this is insane. Yeah, they got their work. Indiana has their work cut out for them. I'm not even gonna lie. They got their work cut out because all this is red, red, red. They OKC is not ranked number one in almost every statistical defensive category. So this is gonna be a very tough game for them. Very tough game. Very, very, very tough game. Yeah. Honestly, I think it's gonna go about 6 to 7 games. I want the Pacers to win because I'm a fan of the Pacers. I like how they play. I like Tyrese Halliburton. He's a really good player. But the odds are saying the Thunder, so but I'm gonna go with the Pacers. I'm gonna go with the Pacers. You know, that's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gonna switch this topic, man. We're gonna switch this topic to a big elephant in the room. Y'all boy Diddy, man. Cause this trial is getting crazy. This child is getting crazy, man. This nigga got a racketeering charge. He got a RICO charge, and he the only nigga in the RICO. Like, when have you ever heard of that? When have you ever heard of one nigga being in the RICO charge? Like, that's crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. This man, it says the jury saw two bills for Sean Diddy Combs hotels stays addressed to an alias associated with his guest profile. One of them from May 2015 included a 500 charge for oil damage. Oil. Baby oil. And another $300 charge for cleaning the drapes. And a fee for going out to pick up 5 candles for Combs. I'm saying, wait, these folk weird, man. That nigga weird. Yeah, then they got Cassie. She listed as a guest right along in these rooms, right with him. She's the guest. This nigga alias name was Frank Black. This nigga used the name Frank Black as his alias. This is insane, bruh. Chat. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Diddy in the heat. He in a world of trouble. He in a world of trouble. But I'm saying, how you use that much baby oil? Bro, ain't no way, bro. Like, what you got going on? Hold on. Like, what you got? Like, I don't get it. Then they start saying, y'all hear Ray J on there talking about Suge Knight. Yeah, I hear Ray J talking about Suge Knight, how Suge Knight, you know what I'm saying, on that shit too, man. The industry, man, that music industry, bro. I don't know what they got going on. I don't know what they got going on in that music industry, man. These guys, they doing everything. They talking about he blew Kid Cudi car up. We see the picture. We see the picture of the car. I'm thinking the whole car gonna be charred, skeleton. Man, this nigga seat just burnt. This nigga front seat is the only thing burnt. Ain't even burnt all the way. His front seat just burnt. The window burnt. Man, they had us thinking this nigga done blew up the whole car. Turns out a nigga threw a Molotov cocktail in that motherfucker. Hell, dog. That's insane. Hell no, man. These folk, man. These folk got, hey, man. It's a lot of this, hey. But honestly, I think he gonna beat the case, honestly. Only because I think he gonna beat the case only because with everybody, like all the evidence that's coming out, I don't think is RICO worthy. I think it's just a bunch of freak. I think it's just a bunch of freak ass motherfuckers just doing freak shit. And they blowing the spout up, and he got a lot of people on tape. I just think it's a bunch of freaky niggas. Freaky niggas and freaky hoes. I ain't saying what he did wasn't wrong, because it was wrong and it's weird, but I don't think, it's to the point they making it. I think they trying to put him away because he got information on important and powerful people, but I think it's just a bunch of freaky ass niggas, man. I think that's what this come down to. Just a bunch of freaky ass niggas doing a whole bunch of baby oil bullshit. To be honest. If we being honest. But he gonna be in there. He gonna be in there for at least oh shit, battery. Yeah, he gonna be in there. He's gonna be in there for at least, I'd say, this trial gonna go on for a minute. He's probably gonna be in there for at least 2 more years. That nigga had, y'all see that nigga hair? That nigga hair all, that nigga done turned. That nigga went from 40 to 70 in damn 4 months. That nigga hair gray as hell. You see how gray that man hair is? That nigga in that motherfucker stressing. Ain't gonna lie, he in that bitch stressed. He in that motherfucker stressing for real. See, that what happened when you got all that baby oil. You got all that baby oil, want to put all that baby oil on, and that what happened. You gotta live with the baby oil consequences. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Cassie. I honestly believe Cassie should be right along with him. She should be like, just like how they did Ghislaine Maxwell. She would be right up there with him, cause she was right up there. She was doing all this, help putting all this stuff together, right along with him. It's just crazy how she wanted that $30 million and they gave it to her. See, they never want the nigga to go to jail for real. They just want the money. They see how they doing Zion. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how it's crazy. It's really crazy, man. It's crazy. But chat, let me know what y'all think about that, man. Just, like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube page. Go follow my Instagram, MJ at MJXCVIIIMMA. Yeah, that's MJXCVIIIMMA. My bad, it was a kind of a tongue twist. That's my Instagram. Y'all go like, subscribe, go follow me. Go like and comment on some videos. Go follow the No Surrender Society on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Go show some support, man. Let's blow the channel up, man. We started something new over here, man. We out.